Hello and welcome along to round 6 of ETGT Leagues Season 4. We are in Japan at the Suzuka circuit. It's the league's first visit here to this venue. We're currently looking at the S's section of the track. It's a real driver's circuit, this one. I bet the drivers can't wait to get the cars on track and ready to go. So yeah, round 6. We're getting towards the tail end of the season here. Soon we'll be off to Interlagos for the American rounds. We'll be going to Brazil and then the United States for the final 2 rounds of the season. So we've reached well over the halfway point now. So as we look at the point standings as they currently are after Bathurst, and Nick Fafatelis is 47 points on the board in first position, ahead of Chris Padajak on 41 points after his victory at Bathurst. He's ahead of Peter Dongo, who is third with 36 points. Solomon Fackery, 29 points, fourth place. And there's a bit of movement down the bottom end of the table with PC Racing making their debut last round. Jeremy Crow 8th on the board with 7 points, and Mark Pacheco 10th with 4 points. And as we take a look at the teams and constructors points after the last round, Team 53 in the lead still with 61 points ahead of Faf Motorsports 47 points, Sika Motorsport with 3 points. And PC Racing make their debut on the board in 7th with 11 points. And in the manufacturers, you've got Mercedes with 149 points, Porsche 64 points, and 26 points for BMW. So as we just mentioned, PC Racing made their debut at the last round in Bathurst with a striking neon Mobile 1 livery. They've got a new livery here at Suzuka. We'll take a look at it now. Changed to a black and white design with Repco as a major sponsor and Shell as well on board. You can see the neon is still there on the wings and the names on the banner. Now we're hearing reports that Jeremy Crow unfortunately once again couldn't get the car painted for the race, but at least they were able to do it for the couple of laps they were out there filming the cars. So we're going to head down now to the grid walk. The drivers have completed qualifying. We can almost see the grid now from the Coca-Cola helicopter here as we pass the Coke Zero Ferris wheel. You can't see it in the shot right now, but it is to our left. So yeah, we've got 8 drivers on the grid. Team 53 unfortunately couldn't make it to Japan for this round, and there's Insane Grunt Photography getting some test shots there, finding where's the best position on the track to take photos of the cars. Visit insanegrunt.com for all your automotive film and photography needs. So yeah, no Team 53, Trent, Fuller and Peter Dongo, but we'll head down to the grid now. We'll see who has made it and where the drivers line up on the grid.
We're down here on the grid, the main straight here at the Suzuka circuit. The crowd's absolutely packing the stands here to see ETGT League for the first time here at Suzuka. And after qualifying, here's how the drivers line up on the grid. And it's Nick Pfaff, your championship leader, in pole position. Car number 7, Pfaff Motorsports. He's had a rough time the last couple of races. Let's see if he can get his championship back on track. Even though he's leading the championship, he's also leading ahead of Richard Collin, who starts in 2nd place here on the grid. Although he's in a good position, he's on the inside line going into Zone 1. So if Richard Collin can get a good start, car number 30 could be leading the race. So we'll see what Collin Racing Team can do. And in 3rd place in the unpainted Porsche, unfortunately, it is Jeremy Crow. He is there inside the car. We can see him. He's had some trouble putting his livery on the car. He had a good debut last time out at Bathurst, did PC Racing. You can see his teammate there just behind him who has the livery applied. Birdman was running with the leaders in Bathurst. He had a good race. Let's see what he can do here. Now that he's settled into the league here at Suzuka, he qualifies ahead of Chris Padajak, number 90, Sika Motorsports, who won last time out at Bathurst. Hungry Jacks have decided to keep the livery on the car here at Suzuka, even though in Japan, I believe it's Burger King and not Hungry Jacks, but the winning livery on a winning car here. So we'll see what Chris Padajak can do. He's in 4th position, but like Mitchell Collin, he's on the inside here for turn 1. So if he can get a good start, we'll see what the Dunlop tyres can do there for Chris Padajak. And Suzuka Motorsports, starting in 4th place. And 5th position, Marco Pacheco. New livery here for PC Racing. It's car number 773. It's a good looking Repco livery there. And some Shell sponsorship as well. So he's starting in 5th place. And he debuted last round alongside his teammate Jeremy Crow with PC Racing. Got knocked around a bit up the mountain. It's a tough time. Let's see what Marco Pacheco can do on 5th on the grid here at Suzuka. So he starts ahead of Peter Cameron, who returns to the grid after missing the last round at Bathurst. BMW very much welcome back to the grid. He starts in 6th position here, does Peter Cameron. Let's see what he can do. Get back into the championship and start scoring some more points for BMW. And in 7th position, Solomon Thackeray in Fezzer Racing Team, Porsche, sponsored by Marlboro. He starts ahead of Blake Williamson here at the rear of the grid. He had a good time out at Bathurst. Well, he's not starting so well here on the grid, starting in 7th place, but we'll see what he can do as he starts alongside Blake Williamson, 747 Colin Racing Team. He's on the inside line, just like his teammate who's further up the grid. And yeah, see what Blake can do. He starts 8th and last. That's how the drivers line up here for ETGT Leagues' first visit to this legendary circuit. I'll take you back to the commentary box now, where you can catch the rest of the action here at Suzuka. The lights are counting down here at Suzuka. The engines are roaring and the drivers are off. Oh, looks like Cam Cork got a false start there. Nick Pfaff, he got a brilliant start though. Oh, Mitchell Collin, he's getting swamped up by Chris Padajak and Jeremy Crow as they head to the first corner. There we go, Chris Padajak instead of Mitchell Collin side by side. Oh, look at Birdman. Oh, he's gone wide. No, he's spun. Oh, Birdman spun. Oh, it's not good there. Oh, he's lost out. Ton of positions there. Oh, Nick Pfaff still in the lead. There we go, Chris Padajak second, Mitchell Collin third. Mark Pacheco though, he's up to 4th place. He's replaced his teammate now. Oh, the pack goes through the S's. Fezzer up to 5th place. And Peter Cameron's recovered from his poor start. Boosted Blake Williamson, 7th place. It's a Birdman, yeah, there he is there. Jeremy Crow spun on the first corner. Let's get it back up to the start. Nick Pfaff ahead of Chris Padajak. From 4th to 2nd place there for the Hungry Jacks car. Livery looking good here in the daylight. We only saw it in the dark in Bathurst. We couldn't really get a good look at the livery, but here we are. As Chris Padajak chases down Nick Pfaff. So the grid's kind of settled in a bit. Oh, there's sort of a line. No Team 53 here this weekend. They weren't able to make it to Japan. The Trent Fuller and Peter Dongo sitting this race out. So Mercedes 1 and 2 here at Suzuka as we go through the spoon curve. Well, it looks like the Porsche is right behind Mitchell Collin there, it seems. Yes, we've got 2 Porsches there, Mitchell Collin and Mark Pacheco. As we head to 130R. No problems there for the drivers. And one of the hardest braking zones on the circuit. For Mark Pacheco, so you got the top 4 basically. A little bit of a pack here. Ooh, and looks like Chris Padajak had a bit of trouble there through the turn. So Mitchell Collin's right behind him now. As we head to start lap 2. Oh, Mitchell Collin, is he going to get a slipstream done? And maybe an overtake into the first turn. Oh, look, they're side by side. Oh, Mitchell Collin's down on the inside. He gets the move done. It's Mitchell Collin up to 2nd place. Really wanted to get past Chris Padajak there. In the Hungry Jacks racing car, or the livery. We should say, oh, who was that in the background? Oh, Boosted Blake. Looks like he spun. So he's done what Birdman did on the first lap. Now Boosted Blake spun on the 2nd lap, so he's now back into last. as Jeremy Crow makes his way up the pack, because he's in 7th. He's trying to get past Peter Cameron, who's back. G'day, mate. It's good to see you. Back on the grid after not racing in Bathurst. BMW here in Suzuka. He's got Jeremy chasing him down. Oh, he's going to get an overtake done here. Oh, I think he hit the BMW a bit. Oh, BMW goes a bit wide. Jeremy Crow lets him stay ahead. Just go into the hairpin. Oh, and there we go. So he gets the move done on the inside. Jeremy Crow moving ahead. I think Peter Cameron just sort of let him by there. Just follow him along. We're back up the front. Right, so we've got Nick Pfaff first, Richard Collins second, Chris Padajak in third. Let's have a look at everyone's tyres and what everyone started off with. Chris Padajak on the softs. Nick Pfaff also on the softs, as he heads through 130R. Smooth. And Mitchell Collins, smooth. Chris Padajak, done. Mike Pacheco just behind as well. So Mitchell Collins on the soft tyres as well. So his tyre wear's not so bad. And Chris Pajajak's got a little bit more. And Mark Pacheco, there we go, in 4th place. And Fezar on the mediums, doing the alternate strategy. Birdman on the softs in 6th. And Peter Cameron on the medium tyres. And there we go. Boosted Blake on the softs. So most people on the soft tyres will just start lap 3. And no one's got damage. It's almost 5 minutes into the race now. It's one of the longest circuits that we visit. But what a legendary circuit it is. Old Formula 1 racing here, GT racing, short configurations of this circuit as well. But we're here at the full course, and Nick Pfaff, your championship leader, is in the lead. So we'll see how long those soft tyres last. Here comes Mitchell Collin. He's got a bit of a gap now to Chris Padajak. He's sitting alright in 3rd though. Just got to keep the car on the track. See how the tyres wear out between the 2 different cars and the BMW as well, obviously. And Mark Pacheco in the Repco livery for PC Racing. His teammate, unfortunately, not having the livery on the car at this round at the moment, but it's looking good. I think it's one of the better looking liveries of the grid. We definitely welcome PC Racing to ETGT League and more Porsches towards the back end of this season. Speaking of Porsche, Fezar on the medium tyres, doing his own thing. Him and Camcorp on the mediums are going to go a bit longer. Not really, he's sort of in no man's land, Fezar. There's no one ahead of him, no one behind him. As long as he stays out of trouble, he's putting in fast laps. So there's still a bit of a pack up the front though. Oh, Chris Padajak looked like he went off a bit. Mark Pacheco, let's ride on board with Mark. See the fluoro wings through the wing mirrors through the glass. Let's see what line he takes through the first few turns. Looks like he's taking it pretty conservatively. Looks like he's chasing up to Chris Padajak though. Maybe his tyres are wearing faster. As we go through the S's here at Suzuka. Left, right. Should be easier for the Porsche being a mid-engine car, but Mark's gone a little bit wide there, but no matter. He's keeping consistent and on the track. It's a very narrow circuit in parts, there's a lot of grass everywhere and gravel, not much room for error. As we're riding on board with Chris Padajak again. Look how much steering he's putting into the car as he tries to chase down Richard Collins. So you can see the leaders just in front of him as well. Nick Pfaff, not that far behind. And Nick Pfaff with the best lap, 2:02. So Chris Padajak chasing down Richard Collins, and Richard Collins chasing down the leader, Nick Pfaff. Came late into this championship, unfortunately, did Mitchell Collins to challenge for first place. But he made a splash on his first race at Brands Hatch. Did alright in Bathurst as well. except he spun out the last turn about halfway through the race. But now he's running second here in Suzuka as we go through 130R with him. Oh, he goes off the throttle a little bit. He's keeping it safe. And here's Nick Pfaff. Just keeping it calm and cool as he has for most of the season. So he's going to start lap 5. We'll see what his lap time looks like and how much he might be dropping off. No, he went quicker that lap than the last lap. So he's still pretty consistent. No one's really showed any signs of pitting or any trouble. Let's go back further down the grid. So we've got Birdman. Trying to catch up to the guys ahead of him after he spun out of the corner we're getting up to right now. Turn 1 and 2 complex. He's got a good line through there. He's getting chased by Boosted Blake. Peter Cameron now in last position. He's on the medium tyres though, so a slightly different strategy. Slightly slower than Blake. Birdman on the softs is trying to make as much use of it as possible. And he's catching up to Fezza. He's on the mediums. So you can see on the map, there's two packs. Fezza is the leader of the second pack from 5th to 8th. So you've got the top 4 and the bottom 4. So as we go through, Degner 1 and 2. Yeah, he's in a bit of a rhythm. Sort of tell he's hustling the car. There's three Porsches here in a row. So we'll see in a couple of laps. I reckon Birdman might get Fezza. Depending how the tyres hold up. Let's check on the tyre wear actually. So Fezza's about halfway through his mediums. Yeah, they're not holding up as much as I thought. And the softs you can see on the rear of the Porsche. Definitely not that great. Let's see what the Mercedes look like up front though. Look at Chris Patajak's front. He's got nothing. It looks like Mark Pacheco's really catching up now. Oh, Chris Patajak surely going to pit. Is he going to pit? What's Mr. Collin look? You see his rears are kind of going off, but not as bad as Patajak's front. Shows that. Oh, Nick Pfaff is pitting though. Chris Patajak, Mr. Collins in the pits. Oh, Chris Patajak is staying out. Okay, so Chris Patajak's staying out. Here's Nick Pfaff and his crew. We're out to service the car. Colin Racing Team are out as well from Mitchell Collin. And PC Racing, who borrowed Colin Racing Team's overalls, it looks like. Also waiting for their guys. Okay, so there we go. Nick Pfaff in the pits, his car gets serviced. Mitchell Colin Racing Team also in the pits. Mark Pacheco, done. He's in the pits. Birdman's also in the pits. So PC Racing are both pitted. Oh, look, everyone's coming out. Camcorp moving up positions. Boosted Blake moving up to Fezza as well. So Fezza's in second. Boosted Blake in third. Pfaff comes out in fourth. Richard Collins just behind him there. You can see him fourth and fifth. And Peter Cameron gets in between him and Mark Pacheco. Alright, so on the tyre front, yes. So people on the softs and put the mediums on. Yes, Pfaff and Colin, both on the mediums. Peter Cameron, his mediums are looking good, so his will probably last a fair while. What's Chris Patajak doing though? So he's up in the front, he's got no tyres. He's making these tyres last as long as he can. So he's in first place. What Fez's tyres look like, there we go. So his tyres are looking good. So they'll probably last another 5-6 laps. So we wouldn't expect the medium runners out for much longer. There's a good chance that Pfaff and Mitchell Collin will stay out for the rest of the race. I think the fuel situation will be fine too. See if Peter Cameron makes his mediums last. So it should be alright. Like Pacheco also on the mediums. Look at Boosted Blake though, he's got no tyres on the rear. I don't know how he's keeping the car on the track. Must be quite a struggle. He'll surely pit soon. For the mediums, and that should be enough for him. To Jeremy Crow, he's pitted now for the mediums. So he's in last, but everyone else in front of him will have to pit up until Mitchell Collins, so you could see him back up to 5th place soon. So Chris Patajak, is he going to pit? Surely he's going to pit now. There we go. Sicko Motorsport, ready for their driver. So he stayed out a lap longer, I'm not sure why. There we go, the pit crew are out for him. So he makes his way to the garage. So he'll obviously put the medium tyres on if Fezza goes past to lead the race. There we go. servicing the car. He's moving down the order. He's going to come out in 6th place, it looks like. Got the mediums on and off he goes. Did he put enough fuel in the car? Surely he did. It was a yellow flag. What's happened here? Oh, Faf! Faf spun! Oh, Mitchell Collins moved ahead of him. Oh, there we go. Alright. So there you go. Turn 1 and 2. Really catching out. There's a lot of the drivers here. Oh, Nick Faf! He's got like all his tyres. It looks like he hasn't gotten used to the mediums, it looks like. Bit out of sync and out of rhythm. So it's lap 7 here. And yeah, he's just cooked it. So Nick Faf cooked it. So Mitchell Collins now effectively leads this race after Fezzer pits. But he's not that far behind. Yeah, there's probably 3 or so seconds between Nick Faf and Mitchell Collins. Oh, look at this. There's a move happening here. No, I think one of them's left. No, it's Paco and Camcorp, yes. And Camcorp's got a penalty there. So he'll have to serve that penalty when we get to the penalty line. And here's Chris Padajak catching up to these guys. Okay, so we'll see what happens. Oh, look at that! Chris doing a bit of a drift into the turn. Not the fastest way around the circuit, mate. So Paco's going to get a bit of a slipstream here before Peter Cameron serves his penalty, which is going to happen now. So he serves his penalty. I wonder if this will allow Chris Padajak to catch up just before 130R. Oh, it's tight. Is he going to get it done? Oh! I think he pushed Peter Cameron a little bit there. Oh, that was a bit close. Chris Padajak muscling his way through. I wonder if he got any damage out of that. Unlikely. So Peter Cameron actually hasn't pitted yet. Oh, he's pitting now. Speaking of, okay, so Peter Cameron pits. He's obviously had enough of the mediums. What was the wear like on these mediums? Oh, look, it's not that bad. It's made it halfway through the race, though. We're in 15 minutes into the race, and yeah, well, Peter Cameron's haven't had enough of the mediums. So Fez's still out. So it's allowed Birdman to just go past as we heard him there. Oh, that's a nice shot there. BMW getting serviced, and out he goes. That's Peter Cameron's out. We'll just double check the tyres. Obviously he's on the softs, yeah? Yeah, he's on the softs. Just ahead of Boosted Blake. Alright. That was good there. Alright, so it's close between these guys. It's right on board of Boosted Blake. He finds himself just behind Peter Cameron. Yeah, good day, mate. Oh, look, they're going to run side by side through the S's, it looks like. It looks like Chris Padajak's got ahead of Mark Pacheco as well. We'll have to have to see what happened there. So we're right on board of Boosted Blake. Blake Williamson. Yeah, these guys are close in the circuit. Oh, I wonder if he's going to get a move done into the hairpin. Will he outbrake the BMW? Let's see what happens. They might be fighting for last, but there's still points here. And no, not quite. Couldn't quite get the move done. Oh, look at that. Something's really happened to Mark Pacheco there. It's Chris Padajak. In 4th. No one's around him though. It's kind of all along his lonesome. And Nick Faf. Yeah, a few seconds up the road. Oh, and Fez is pitted. Okay, Solomon pits. He's had enough of his mediums. Probably had a bit worse wear than Peter Cameron. So he'll put the softs on and hopefully he'll make those last for the rest of the race. We'll watch the Porsche getting serviced. As everyone goes past. There's Chris Padajak going past. And there we go. Solomon pits. They service the car. Fuel in the front, and off he goes. So he comes out in 4th place. Oh, Mark Pacheco's coming down the main straight. They're going to go side by side into the first turn. Oh, he slots in just ahead. Oh, okay. So I'm not sure what happened with Mark Pacheco, but we'll have to see later on. Potentially some highlights. Oh, and he stays ahead of Solomon. He's really muscling the car, is Paco. Oh, what's happened to Mitchell? Oh, Mitchell Collins disappeared off the circuit. Oh, so Mitchell Collins had to retire the car. Oh, we're hearing Mitchell Collins retired the car, as we can see on the timing screen. So Nick Pfaff is back up to first. Oh no. Okay. So he's your leader. All right. So we're not sure what happened there. We'll have to get back and see what happened. But Mitchell Collins is not in the race. He was running in first position after Nick Pfaff spun in the first corner. And yeah, Mitchell Collins passed him, but now he's gone. So there's Nick Pfaff in first position. So Chris Patajak's like about 5 to 10 seconds behind him. Just kind of by himself there. Hungry Jack's car going down the back straight under the Dunlop sign. And then through 130R. That's a nice shot. Oh, really gets the car nailed through there. There's Mark Pacheco and Fezza. Yeah, these guys are close on the track. Oh, Fezza getting a nice slipstream those. They both go through 130R. Mark Pacheco just ahead. Fezza just behind. We'll ride on board with Fezza as he chases down Pacheco. As we're going to start lap 10. These are long laps here. There's not many laps on the board. We're almost 2/3 of the way into the race. No one should have to pit again unless they got damage. Oh, you can see Fezza really catching in the slipstream there, and there's not enough straight for him to really get past the Porsche ahead of him. Oh, but Fezza on the soft tyres though. He's got so much more confidence in the car, especially through these S's. Yeah, Mark Pacheco's he hasn't got the rhythm through here, as you can see. Gee, Fezza's on fire. Look at this. As he goes through the S's, he's putting in a good sector, even though he's got a Porsche parked right in front of him. This is the battle to watch on the circuit. I mean, we've got Boosted Blake and Peter Cameron though at the rear as well. So Boosted Blake has gotten past Peter Cameron at some point. Look at these two though. And Birdman's right behind too. So he senses an opportunity maybe with his teammate. Oh, and Fezza. He's so close. He's edging so close. Oh, he's gotten through. He has gotten through. Oh, he's stuck through. Oh. Okay, so this has allowed Birdman to really catch up. Or maybe Mark Pacheco will let him pass and go, yeah, you can go challenge Fezza. Try getting back to me. Jeez. Okay, so Fezza on the soft tyres is obviously going to be quicker than the guys ahead of him as well, because you have to use both the softs and the mediums in a race. So he should storm past PC Racing and try catch up to Chris Patajak. I know there's 10 minutes left. Still a good chunk of the race to go. Chris is on the mediums. He's not really going to worry about his tyres. He's just going to try come home in second, I think. It looks like the clouds are kind of coming here a bit at Suzuka. The sun's not, it's a bit hazy. Oh, it's a nice shot there of the Hungry Jack's car and the stripes. So Fezza, yeah, he's got a bit of a gap now with Pacheco. Oh, look at that. Pacheco's got Birdman just behind him. I wonder if he's just going to let him through into the first turn. Oh, they go side by side. No, he's not going to let him past. He's probably going to have to fight for it. Oh, Pacheco gets it wrong though. Oh, there's a bit of tyre squeal. I think he turned in a bit too much. Now he's just holding up his teammate. Surely some team orders will come through. Not sure, not sure who's in charge here at PC Racing out of the drivers. But at the moment, Pacheco in the lead in front of his teammate. We've got Nick Pfaff in first, Chris Patajak in second. Fezza in third, he's trying to lead a charge. Well, he's got a big gap now to try and get to Chris, but we'll see what he can do. Yeah, these two are really close on the track. And so are these guys. So Boosted Blake has gotten past Peter Cameron at some point on the track. It was a nice shot there of the Ferris wheel on the back. We can hear the turbo of the BMW going past. This is a nice little scrap between these guys. Not much in it. So yeah, it's close between these two. It's 8 minutes to go. So if Boosted Blake makes a mistake, if Peter Cameron gets some speed, see insane grunt photography there in the middle of the hairpin, taking photos of the cars. And there we go. Birdman has gotten past his teammate. Should have stayed on board for that one. Is Birdman going to pass Fezza though? Probably not. They're on different tyres. Mediums versus softs. So Fezza's not that far ahead though. See what happens in the next few laps. So Chris Patajak's about 10 to 15 seconds behind the leader. There is your leader, Nick Pfaff. He got a good start. Then he spun out, lost the lead for a few laps. Then Mitchell Collin had to retire the car. Now he's back in the lead. Look at the lights flickering. Wonder if he's just testing the electronics in the car. A beautiful shot there again of the Ferris wheel. Nick Pfaff goes through the lap. So after this race, there'll be 3 races to go this season. 30 points on offer if you're the winner of each race. Not sure off the top of my head what sort of points Nick Pfaff has, but your championship leader is once again in the lead, ahead of second place in the championship, who is once again in second place. Very consistent here from these guys most of the season. Nick Pfaff is in the lead by a handful of points over Chris Patajak. And then Chris Patajak and Peter Dongo, there was a bit of a gap, but Peter Dongo not being here, no Team 53 today, so they're not going to score any points. That's going to really harm their championship and the teams battle as well. Here's Fezza. Look at that gap. That gap is actually shrinking. So the gap's staying consistent between these guys. Booster Blake's still just ahead. But with Fezza and Chris Patajak, well, it's coming down a bit. There's 5 minutes to go. They'll get a couple more laps in. Maybe 3 laps. Fezza in third. I wonder if Solomon can do one better. He's trying to aim for one better. I mean, there's a whole straightaway there, as you can see, between Chris and Nick. But between Fezza and Chris, maybe half a straight. He's bringing Birdman along as well. Jeremy Crow, not that far behind Fezza. And Mark Pacos sort of just keeping in touch there in 6th place. And yeah, it's definitely tight between these guys too, with Booster Blake and Peter Cameron. He's right on board of the BMW. It's got quite a big cockpit and a dash configuration. Well, we can hear the turbo flutter as he gets up the accelerator. Look how much more confidence he has though through the turns. He is on the soft tyres, so he has got more grip. I think that's why he's able to keep in touch with Booster Blake. Oh, and Booster Blake a little bit tricky there as we go through the S's. So you can keep in touch with the Porsche through this sector of the track. It doesn't quite get close enough to make a move. And now he's losing a little bit there. So it looks like Blake Williamson has a bit more confidence. And yeah, not quite there through the hairpin either. Who's keeping in touch? Oh, look at this though. See, that gap is shrinking. There will be still a couple of laps left though. We'll see what happens. Let's see what the tyre wear situation is like very quickly for these guys. Oh, geez, alright, so Chris's tyres in the front, non-existent. Nick Pfaff's a little bit better, but he's well ahead, so there's no problem for him. What about Solomon? So Solomon's got better tyres, and he's on faster tyres. No wonder he's catching up. Birdman as well is on the mediums, and they're in better condition, so he's just got good pace as well, being able to keep up with Solomon there. Mark Pacheco's mediums, probably similar to Nick Pfaff's, Booster Blake, and Peter Cameron. There you go, with their tyre situations. Pretty good for those guys. But yeah, Chris Padajak and Fezza, well, these tyres there, they're gone. Tyre management doesn't seem to be the best here at the moment for Suzuka Motorsport. But domestically, you can see them wearing down as we go through the corners. So Fezza, yeah, he's really catching up. So is Birdman. Birdman's just behind. Okay, so this is going to get tasty for second, third, fourth position. Out of nowhere. So, yeah, look at that, lap 14. Alright. So we got just under 2 minutes left in the race. We will get another lap in. So next lap will be the last lap. It'll be a 15-lap race. Oh, and Birdman! Oh, Birdman's fun! Oh, look at that! Oh, Mike Pacheco! Oh, he's gone past! Oh no, Birdman was like right behind Fezza. He was right behind Chris Padajak and he spun at the hairpin. Alright. So there we go. Now it's down to these guys for second and third. Ooh, Fezza's really close, isn't he? Oh, he's got a slipstream, doesn't he? Oh, you can hear the tyres screeching from both cars. Oh, did Chris go a bit wide there? Oh, look at this. Okay, it's tight. There we go, we're on board with Fezza. He's just behind. He's going to get a nice slipstream through this part of the circuit. As we start lap 15, this will be the last lap of the race. Nick Pfaff's in the lead. He's well ahead. Oh, Chris Padajak is defending on the inside. Okay. To go through the SS section of the circuit. Oh, he's really hassling them though. Look at that. Oh, Fezza and Chris Padajak. So Fezza's on the soft tyres. He'll have a lot more grip through this section, but like you probably have to just stay behind. Oh, they're going side by side. Oh, they're actually side by side. Well, Fezza's got the overtake done on the outside. Oh, he's done it. Wow. And what will be the final lap? Fezza's moved up to second place on the soft tyres. He's passed Chris Padajak. Yeah, there we go. The confirmation of the final lap. Wow. So Fezza getting the move done on the soft tyres. Oh, he's even creating a gap now. Look at this. He just had the grip and the confidence, and away he goes. He's been on those tyres for like almost half the race now. So Fezza now up to second. Brilliant stuff there. The Nick Pfaff in first position. So we're getting we're actually getting confirmation. Something's happened with Cam. Yeah, there we go. So Peter Cameron's well behind Booster Blake there. I wonder if something happened there towards the end of the race. We'll have to have a look and see. Here's Nick Pfaff. If he goes through 1:30 after the final time, no penalties, no worries for this man. He's dominated the race, except for his incident. And then Mitchell Collins' retirement. So what could have been for Collin Racing Team and Mitchell Collin, but here's Nick Pfaff. He's going to cross the line in first position here at Suzuka. ETGT Leagues first visit here. There he is, first place. Oh, and there's Fezza still in second place. He gets it done. Got the move done on the last lap. Fezza crosses the line in second position in the Porsche, ahead of Chris Padajak in third. There we go, crosses the line third, and then fourth place in the background there. Mark Pacheco, and finishes ahead his teammate Jeremy Crow, who had the spin, unfortunately, there towards the end of the race. What could have been for him? He would have been up there, second, third, fourth, and crossing the line sixth place. Blake Williamson, Collin Racing Team in the Porsche, and Peter Cameron in the BMW is coming through to cross the line in seventh place for TCR Racing.
And there we go. Nick Pfaff is back on the top step of the podium here at Suzuka. He finishes ahead of Solomon Fackery with a brilliant last lap overtake there on Chris Padajak through the S's on the outside as well. Got him for second place, and Chris Padajak, he finishes third, and PC Racing finishing fourth and fifth there on the track. Blake Williamson, sixth position for Collin Racing Team. Unfortunately, his teammate, who was leading the Grand Prix, had to retire. We'll get some details in a second, the highlights, but yeah, he had to retire the car, unfortunately. It's too dangerous to continue driving. Peter Cameron, on his return to the grid, finishes in seventh position. So we'll have a look at some of the highlights now for you from the race.
So let's watch quickly the start of the race. We'll be on board with Jeremy Crow, and we'll see what happened into turn 1. So he gets a good start, and he's on the outside here of Richard Collin as they head into the first turn. Not sure if they hit or if they touch. We'll have a look. Well, they are pretty close there, side by side. He just goes a little bit wide there. You can see he hits the dirt, and he just spins. Lucky he keeps momentum in the car. He avoids the gravel, and he's able to go. But yeah, Jeremy Crow, first turn. Jeremy Crow is not the only one to encounter trouble at that turn though. So the very next lap, lap 2, Blake Williamson and Peter Cameron going side by side for the first turn. Blake Williamson, he just goes way too hot. He loses control of the car. There we go. Oh, he goes on the gravel as well. Oh, and lands in the gravel trap. The grass, gravel, spins it around and off he goes. So as we start lap 7, Nick Pfaff, your championship leader, your race leader. So we're getting into turn 1. I'm sure you're going to know what happens here. So 2 previous highlights, we saw drivers going off. Now it's Nick Pfaff's turn. The championship leader, he goes way too hot. Oh, he just spins it. Oh, he gets half the car into the gravel. Manages to keep going. But yeah, even the championship leader is not immune to making mistakes into turn 1. And now, Mark Pacheco will go on to start lap 8. And we're heading towards turn 1. So we pitted, everyone's on their alternate tyres, and he just cooks it too much into the turn. Oh, and there we go, it snaps. The Porsche's snapping and beaches it into the gravel. It's very similar to what happened to Blake Williamson. And as we go on to start lap 9, Blake Williamson lines up a brilliant move here on Peter Cameron's. So they're really close down the straight, they go side by side. There was no issues into turn 1 for either of these drivers. Blake Williamson able to get the move done. Oh, look at that, Porsche versus BMW down the straight. Blake Williamson getting the move done down into the inside line, and he'll stay ahead of Peter Cameron for the rest of the race. So it's lap 9, and we're watching Richard Collin. He's in the lead. He's in front of Nick Pfaff after Nick Pfaff had his incident lap earlier into turn 1. And unfortunately, Richard Collin had to retire the car at this point. He was radioing back to the team saying, I've got problems with the electronics. The car felt like it wanted to drive itself. As you can see it veering off the circuit here into the grass. So the team said, no, retire the car, there we go, straight away. Too dangerous for Richard Collin and everyone at the circuit. So watching Peter Cameron here, he's just behind Blake Williamson. It's lap 14, he's trying to chase him down. We're going into the second Degner, and he just overcooks it a little bit. Bit too much throttle. Oh, he spins. Oh, he keeps it out of the wall though. He was doing really well, staying right behind Blake Williamson for a number of laps.
So yeah, turn 1 proving pretty difficult there for half of the drivers on the grid. You had your championship leader spinning out, you had Blake Williamson having a bit of an event, and both PC racing guys as well. And even though Team 53 couldn't make it here at Suzuka, the drivers, ETGT Leagues, still put on a big show for the crowd for round 6 of the season. So let's have a look at the points now as they stand after round 6. And it's Nick Pfaff in the lead with 57 points. He is 8 points ahead of Chris Padajak, who's on 49 points. And Solomon Thackeray moves up to 3rd place after his brilliant performance there to get 2nd place. He moves ahead of Peter Dongo, who couldn't make it unfortunately, to Suzuka. And Peter Cameron still locks in 5th place after scoring points. And he's ahead of Trent Fuller, who's on 25 points. And Mark Pacheco there moves ahead of Blake Williamson by 1 point. 11 points there for Mark. 10 points for Blake in 10th. So let's have a look at the team's standings after round 6, and Team 53 still in the lead with 61 points. Well, Pfaff Motorsports have really closed the gap though. You've got 57 points there for the one car squad. It's Sicko Motorsports, 49 points. Further down the grid, it's looking pretty tasty between Collin Racing Team and PC Racing, the 2 later additions to the grid, battling it out there for 6th and 7th. As we take a quick look at the manufacturer's standings, Mercedes still well ahead with 167 points, Porsche with 91 points, and BMW with Peter Cameron, their only point scorer, on 30 points. Now we have a chart here from Extra Tasty Racing League that shows us the drivers' finishing positions through the season as well as the pole positions. As you can see, Nick Pfaff there, he has all the pole positions at all the circuits we've been to with the red squares. He's won 4 races. He missed out at the UK and in Australia. You can see there Chris Padajak won in Australia in the 2nd place. and Mitchell Collin in 7th position. He won at the UK in Brands Hatch. Looking at Solomon's stats there, you can see he did not start at Spa. He had the issue there off the line. He had to retire the car, unfortunately. And you can see both Colin Racing Team and PC Racing guys joining later on in the season. There's some gaps there for the first few rounds. Oh, and the bottom 5 drivers are all Porsche drivers as well, with Solomon Fackery, the highest ranking Porsche driver, in 3rd. So you can see Nick and Chris 1st and 2nd for the first 3 rounds. I wonder what they will do for the last 3 rounds. As we head into the back end of the season, we're going to head over to Interlagos next and America for the last leg of the German Touring Cars Championship. So we're going to wrap things up here at Suzuka, and there's Insane Grunt Automotive Photography wrapping things up there as well. All the photos on the circuit. It would have been very busy. Big circuit here, lots of corners to take photos from. And we'll be back at the next round in Interlagos at Brazil. We were last there for season 2 for the Group 4 rear-wheel drive championship, and we'll leave you from today's broadcast with a photo montage from all the action that happened here at Suzuka. So we'll see you at the next round in Interlagos, but until then, it's bye for now.